Hey, all I do is win. Hang out with me so you can win too. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Phil Tensley, your favorite realtor, and today we're going to be going over how you can win. Multiple offer situations are very prevalent in today's market due to such incredibly low inventory. It's imperative that you take some of the advice that I'm about to give in this video so you can win when it comes time for writing the offer on the home you wish to have. Number one, we're going to talk about the most important thing that I think within purchasing a home is choosing a great lender. It's imperative that your lender is a great communicator. They're forefront regarding your pre-approval, whether you've been pre-underwritten or not. That is definitely very important. Number two, as-is addendum or waiving the right to inspect altogether. The as-is addendum is a legal document that we use as realtors that allows you as the buyer to purchase a home with an as-is pending an inspection. So you will be allowed to inspect the property, but you will not be allowed to ask the seller for fixes. And then the opposite of that is simply waiving the right to inspection altogether. You literally will not be able to inspect the property only based on your physical walkthrough that you've completed. Number three, this goes back to choosing a great lender, but it also goes into detail regarding the loan program that you've gotten into. You can waive appraisal in some instances, depending on the amount that you're putting down, the type of financing you're using, and again, the loan product that you ultimately are using to purchase. Number four, this one is a big one. Avoid asking for closing cost assistance. In today's market, many people are paying full price for the property and they're simply not asking for closing cost assistance from the seller. Number five, increase your earnest monies. As you've probably seen in another video, earnest money is your pledge of good faith. This says to the seller, here's my deposit on your property, pending that all goes well with inspection, appraisal, and financing. Number six, flexibility in closing date or post-closing possession for the seller. This makes a difference for them primarily because it allows them flexibility to, one, find out where they're going, because they may not have an offer on another home yet, or two, they may choose to opt for the offer that gives them flexibility after closing takes place for them to be financially prepared to make their next move. Seven, this one is an emotional tap of the seller. If you as a buyer write a letter emotionally explaining specifically what this property will do for you and your family as a result of purchasing it, sometimes that can strike the heart chord of a seller. Sometimes it's not about dollars and cents. So ensuring that you've written a letter with your best offer attached to that letter, it explains to the seller how serious you are, your intent of living there, and what it will ultimately do for you and your family in that specific location or that specific home. Eight, writing over the asking price. It goes without saying that sometimes a property can be more valuable than what they have it listed for. And in many cases, realtors are specifically listing the property under that of market value with the intent to draw multiple offers. So it's important that you consider what the comparables are in the neighborhood and how high you're willing to go regarding the comparable sales in the community in order to accomplish the goal of getting the home. 9, this is a big one and one that I tell people to take with the most importance, the use of an escalation clause. In the state of Indiana, we have something called an escalation clause, which allows you as a buyer to place with your offer, and if an offer were to come in or match or beat your offer is automatically increased by what is written within that escalation clause. You can even write it in up to a certain cap, so that way you remain unbeaten, although there may be multiples that match your offer. So it is incredibly important to look at the use of an escalation clause, compare again other like sales, and ensure that you are willing to pay more than the next person's willing to pay and how much you're willing to pay. So that's 9 quick ways of how you can take advantage and win in a multiple offer situation. If I'm your representation, I'm going to do everything in my power to ensure that you are the buyer of choice for that specific property and it may not necessarily win on the first time. It's important that you take into consideration how much you love a home and what you're willing to pay for it when you're writing that offer, because sometimes you only get one shot. My name is Phil Tinsley. My information is here. I'll see you in the next video. If you like what you saw here, please like, share, subscribe, and like the Facebook page if that's where you're watching. Talk soon.